So I had kind of thought maybe we would have the living room cleaned up by Wednesday night. We don't, but that's okay. You want up here? Can you jump this high? Jump up. Jump up. Jump up. Come on. Come on. There you go. That's a big leap, wasn't it? He's like right off. There he is. He loves my lap. He loves my lap. Unfortunately, probably a little bit too much. We talked about it a lot last year about how he has, really bad separation anxiety, and it had been getting better because, it was pretty bad, but honestly, it's still pretty bad. Like he really doesn't like to be in a room by himself. He's got to be with other people. The most that he's willing to do is in the mornings when the sun is coming in the back door, he'll sit in the sun for the first few hours of the day. And then after that, he's done. He's got to be with someone. So he's usually upstairs with me, either in my lap or in the chair his little helper chair, like right next to me or behind me. Or he's down in the studio with Mao, just sleep. He has a helper chair in her studio too, that he just sleeps in. So yeah, I wish I could say that he's all better now, he's cool. That's not true. And it was worse, I think, but it's still pretty bad. He is not an independent cat. He was never super, super independent, but at least he was semi-independent, and now, nope, has to have a person. Can't say I mind it though. Anyway, I'm getting way off track. Hi everyone, welcome to Wednesday. Today has been a continued weirdness for so many reasons. I've had a lot of trouble with my sleep schedule, and my approach has been a little different. My approach has been just sleep. Just sleep, because I've been so tired that I've decided that when I can sleep, I will just sleep, and I'm just going to let things sort of sort itself out later. And I don't know that that's the best solution, but it is the solution that makes me feel the best in terms of having energy. So as an example, I went to bed last night late. I talked about it on the vlog. We went to bed really late. And it's not that we necessarily stayed up late. It's just that's where our schedule is right now. So we were rested. It's just we went to bed really late. As a result, we woke up late. We actually woke up real late, 1:30 p.m., which is pretty late. But also Mao had a series of super, super important phone calls, multiple important phone calls that she was waiting on today. So she had her phone on, so not on silent, and then we were laying there, and then finally she got the first call, and I'm like, okay, and I don't remember what time it was at that point. And we're so she got up and she was on the phone for a bit, and I'm still in bed, but I know that I shouldn't bother trying to fall asleep because she's gonna be back in there. So around the time I fall asleep, she gets back in bed, and I'm like, okay, go back to bed for a little bit. Then the next phone call comes, and it's okay, so she gets up and she's talking, and then gets back in bed, and then finally the third phone call comes. So by the time they were all done, it was 1:30 in the afternoon, and we had slept quite a long time, but certainly some of that sleep is not quality if it's getting broken up by phone calls. So we finally decided to get up, and I was only awake. I woke up at 1:30, and then I was awake until this evening, 9:30. And at 9:30, I just got hit with such a wave of exhaustion that I was I can't stay awake. And the best situation would be to try and push through, go to bed at our normal time of midnight, because we have, breakfast stream in the morning, and then try and get back on schedule. But I couldn't do it. And there's a lot of times where I'm I'll push through. I just couldn't. I was exhausted. So I took a nap. You generally shouldn't take a nap at 9 p.m., but I did. And I woke up like right before midnight, and I was like, okay. But that wasn't like I was like super awake or anything. I don't know that really ruined my sleep schedule or anything. My sleep schedule's already weird. So I'm like, it's fine. He gets fed his last meal right at midnight, so I fed him. Mal was actually still working on some stuff, so I was like, all right, I'm just going to do a few things. And I worked just a little bit. And now it's 2, and I'm like, yeah, I could go back to bed. I don't know how long I'll sleep, but it's fine if I wake up a little early. It's fine. I'll just get some work done before breakfast stream. I've done that before. But it's weird. That's what I mean when I say it's just a very, general weirdness, because our sleep schedule has, it's been pretty decent for the most part. Like there's certainly times where it's a little up and down, but like it hasn't been this wonky in a long time. And again, just on paper, how Extra Life went in terms of sleep, I was like, yeah, I feel like I'll be all right, because we actually had some sleep beforehand, and even though we stayed up super late, I had 6 hours when I finally went to bed, and I'm looking at all this and I'm like, I feel like I should be fine. And clearly it affects me, and there's so many other factors, I think, is, the amount of time you're up, the amount of stress, like before and after the event, and maybe during. There's so many other things and variables that are affecting you that you don't even realize that affect your sleep, that by the time it's all said and done, you're looking at it numerically, you're like, I had this many hours of sleep, this should be fine. And your body's like, there are so many other things going on, dude. You're going to just crash for a while, and that's basically what's happening. But anyway, now it's 2. I'm planning on getting some sleep, and one of the things I hoped that we would get to today is we had tore the upstairs apart a little bit yesterday, and we were going to try and clean it a little bit today, and then start putting some of this stuff back upstairs. We just didn't, and it's fine. It's fine. There's a lot of stuff going on right now that is not related to the house. And I've alluded to it so heavily in the last little bit, but we're going to be taking a trip soon. We haven't talked about this trip yet, but within the next few days on the vlog, I'll be talking in extreme detail about what's going on. And because of that, there's we're coming off of the stress and anxiety of putting on this very large charity event, and now we're dealing with actually kind of like a new stress and anxiety. So that's probably feeding into our weird sleep schedule too, and affecting our sleep a little bit. It's fine. We'll get through it. It'll all be okay. But for now, it's just everything's wonky. Anyway, that's it. Kind of just a sit down single shot. Let me tell you about the things that are in my head vlog. But hopefully some of y'all enjoy getting kind of just a transparent thought process of what's going on in my head. Tomorrow will be a little bit better, I think, because we'll be getting up at a normal time. One, because we have to, and then the other reason is that we're naturally going to just be getting up pretty early based on the timing of everything. So, yeah, it's slowly getting corrected, and it's good because we really need it to be corrected soon. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And this stuff is going to be here for breakfast stream, but I don't think it's going to be here for Friday. We'll have it back upstairs by Friday. That's the goal, at least. And I think we'll be able to do it. He's just... Let me see if I can do this without falling, because I'm on the bar stool. He's just sitting here. He's just loving life. You having fun? You good boy? You just washing? He is a great cat, though. I mean, he really doesn't give us, any trouble. I mean, he's such a good boy. Yeah, very dependent, but a very good cat. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get some sleep. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?